Today I'm going to show you how to create this. So we'll be creating this video in the 16:9 ratio, and you want to leave it at the highest possible resolution that you have. Mine is 1080p and then a 30 frame rate per second, white background, and then we click on create. Now the first thing you're going to do here is to create a background. So we're going to create a background. Click on the plus sign and then click on the square shape. So you can of course adjust the square shape, and to adjust the square shape you can click on any of the endpoints. So I'm clicking on this endpoint and clicking on this endpoint. It can be up, it can be down, it can be side, whatever ways that will be convenient for you. Alright, so once you're done, you're going to change the color to black, color and fill, and then click black. Now it is black. So we want to ensure that the next thing we want to do in the next 1 millisecond, we want to create another layer shape. It's going to be shape cycle, and this time we want to leave it at this color blue. All right, this color blue. You can look for whatever color is convenient for you, but I'm going to be sticking with this color. All right, and then I want to animate this color. So the first thing to do in animating this color is I want to increase the color in animation. I click on the move and transform, and then click on the size. This is for move, to move it around. You see, I'm moving it around, but that's not what I want to do now. This is for rotation. It's rotating, but because this is a cycle, so you won't really notice it is rotating. And this is the for sizing, to increase and to reduce the size. I've taught you that before. So to animate this, I want to increase the size. I'm going to click on the keyframe here, and then I'm going to go to 0.22 milliseconds to increase the size. I'm going to click on the the keyframe, and then increase the size by scrolling to the left or right hand side. Scrolling right. Okay, then if we go here, you notice we have this. So what I want to do here is to of course reduce it till it gets to I can't see it no more. Alright, and then I'm going to press hold the keyframe. You notice that button that is showing. Alright, then I'm going to drag it to the right, to the left. Okay, that's cool. Then what I want to do is to add a smooth movement. Okay, graph. I'm going to click on this graph or a curve, and then I'm going to do something like this. So I want it to start a little bit faster, then a little bit slower in the middle, and then faster again. Alright, that's what I want to do. So you notice that's what we have when we do this. You notice that? So a little bit faster, slower, and then faster at the beginning, slower at the middle, and faster. That's just what we achieved with that. Look at it. Alright, good. So we want to copy that keyframe, because that's curve rather, because we're going to be needing it. I'm going to go here, and then the reason why it didn't work here was because there were no keyframes. You see, there were no keyframes there at the time. So I'm just going to go back to this stuff, and then I'm going to click here, and then click on this 3 dotted button and click on copy curve. Alright, then I can go back. So the next thing I want to do after this site is to duplicate this cycle. I can make this cycle blue, or just say cycle 1, and then, or let's just say blue. Alright, I'm going to go here and click on and change it to blue instead of cycle 1, and then I'm going to duplicate this. To duplicate it, you press this button, you click on the exact layer you want to duplicate. I want to duplicate this blue, and then I press this button. Now in duplicating, it's going to carry all the all the effects, all the animations that you have created already on that particular layer. So, but this time I want to make this other layer to begin at 6 milliseconds. That's it. So that's 6 milliseconds. All right, but I want to change the color to white. All right, so I have this. Okay, so that makes sense. All right, good. Now, one thing I want to do is, of course, we'll do that later on. But let's just do it at the moment. So I want to increase this to around 7 thereabouts. So let's see. We have 7 here. So I'm just going to cut it, and then I'm going to press hold on these other 2 layers, and then I'm going to click on this button here. So what that means is that it extends it. So I can click on my back button. So I have this. So what I want to do right now is to add my logo. So I'm going to click on, I want my logo to start around 10 milliseconds. 10 milliseconds. That's where I want it to start. And click on plus media, because this, I want to add an image now. So click on media, I click on display so I can see what image I'm using, and then I scroll up. I'm going to be using this particular one, and then I click on the plus icon. So I have this, but of course I just need only that cycle logo. I don't need the other background and all that. So what I'm going to do is to create another cycle shape, and I'm going to make this cycle shape to be the exact size of that cycle logo that I want to crop out. So I'm going to position it in the best position possible. I'm going to increase the size a little bit more. Okay, so now I have it. I'm going to click on blending and opacity, and then max it. Now notice it maxes out all the other ones. So the effect on that cycle max would affect every other thing here, but I don't just want it to, I want it to only affect only the image. Okay, to do that, but before we do that, let's position the image very well. Okay, so I think it's okay like this. And then what I want to do is, I don't want that max effect to affect the other things, the other layer. So I'm just going to group only these 2. I'm going to click on it, press hold, and then tick this, and then click on this group. That's how to group your layers. So now you notice that it doesn't affect any other things. It affects only the logo. I'm going to reduce the size of this logo. It's quite big. Click on this and then reduce the size. I want it just like this. That's fine for me. And then the next thing I want to do now is to animate the logo as well. So in order to do that, I'm just going to take this one and then just make it here. All right, good. So I'm going to animate this logo, and to animate the logo, I'm going to first of all increase it, just like how this cycle were increased. So I'm going to go click on the group, and then from 1 which is start, I want it to go from here to this 1 second. I'm going to click on move, and I'm going to go to the size. I'm going to click on the icon, the keyframe, and then I'm going to click on keyframe here. But on this side, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to reduce this one until I can't see it no more. But notice that I didn't touch the other side, so it moves. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just paste the curve that I've copied that other time, remember. So, but I don't want this one to start here. I'm just going to move it to the beginning. Then I can go back and see what I've just done. Alright, so that's good. And then from give it like 10 milliseconds of rest, and then at 10 milliseconds, that is 1 second, 10 milliseconds, I'm going to click and animate this again. Now this time I want it to move from the center to the left. I'm going to click on this frame, keyframe, and then at 1 second, 27 milliseconds, I'm going to click on the keyframe, and this time I'm moving it to the left. Okay, so let's move it to the left. Notice that red sign. Make sure it is there, because the red sign, guys, is telling you that, oh, your work is too straight. Once it's not there, it means that it is no longer straight. So you've got to take note of that. So I have this. I don't know if it's okay. I could make it a little bit longer than that. Alright, good. Then I'm going to also add an effect to this. So when it moves from there to there, I'm going to add an effect. So just right from when it's about to start moving, from here, I'm going to add an effect. So I'm going to add a squeeze effect. Squeeze effect. I have it here already, but you can type here and type squeeze. Squeeze, that's it. And then standard setting. And then keyframe from 1 second, 9 milliseconds keyframe to the next millisecond, which is 10. Keyframe it there. Alright. And then what you want to do is that from at that 10, you want to ensure that the strength of the squeeze is reduced to minus, is taken to minus 8.8 or 8.9, wherever you want. So I'm going to leave at 8.8. Then from that 1 second, 10 millisecond, we're still on the squeeze effect. Alright. We want to take it down to 1 second, 27 milliseconds. That's here. And add a keyframe there. But this time I'm going to take it back to 0. It's just like something squeeze. Okay, so I have that. And then I want to go back. So what you want to do is also add, of course, because this is just an intro of the stuff, so we have something like this. So this is it. It's coming in and then it moves, squeezes to the left. Okay. But right now we are also doing the outro. So the outro around 4:29, just one millisecond before 5. Okay, we're going to also click on the effects on that same layer and then add a keyframe there. And then when it is 5, we're going to add a keyframe. And at the 5, we are taking it back to minus 188. Minus 188. So we have this. And then when it gets to 21, we want it to return back to normal. Want it to return back to normal. Then click on the keyframe and then take it back to 0. Alright, so we've done that. The next thing, let's look at what we've just done now. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so there's a mistake here. Okay, I'll show you what the mistake is actually. Not really a mistake. It's just it needs to move from the left where it is currently now back to the center. That is right. So you're just going to click on that 5 Click on it. Where it enters 5, that's where you should start moving. That's when you start moving. So you click on the move tool and then click on the keyframe. And where it ends at 521, add another keyframe. So we're going to let it move from there to here. So it has to move back to the right or to the center. Make sure that red sign is showing, because that's now it shows that red because it shows that it's in the center. So I'll leave it that way. I'm good. So look at it. Let's look at what we've done now. All right. Good. Good. All right. Awesome. So we have this. What we want to do is also reduce the size so that just like as it came out, just as it came up, also want it to go down, vanishing. All right. So we're just going to do that. So I'm going to start from that 6. I'm going to start from 6 to click on it and then click on move and transform. We're transforming the size now. Go and click on the size, reduce the size to click on the keyframe here, and then we're going to go to 618 and click on the keyframe here. So what we're going to do is to reduce the size at the last keyframe. Just going to go scroll to by your left, so scroll left until it all disappears. So we have this. Look at it. Beautiful. Awesome. So now this is what we want to do. We want to add the name of the brand. To add the name of the brand, we are going to, let's start from here, where it moves. See where it moves? That's somewhere around there. Okay. But I'm just going to start from here. 1, 0. I'll tell you why maybe later. So from this place, or let's just say from here, let's add text, and then the text is going to be Zoe, the name of the brand. Okay, I'm going to go to black, Roboto black. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to use the color. Remember that blue that we used for the, so we're just going to use this color. All right, click on good. And one other thing I want to do is you can either increase the size from here if you want. So you can leave it this way, 40. Let's see. All right, so let's just position it the way we want it to be. So I'm going to position it here. Okay, so I'm just still going to increase the size. To increase the size, I'm going to go here and then increase the size. Alright. Okay, so I can increase it a little bit more. Because I also want to ensure it's in the center. I can go here and do this. And I click on, what I did was to click here. And then click on this grid. And I can increase the grid just to somewhere around 100. Let's say yeah. All right, good. This is good. So I just want to be sure that this stuff is in the center. So I can now use my air to calculate and see. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's good. It's in the center. Then I can add. So look at it, but I'm going to add something to this place. This is going to be a shape that would cover this. So I'm going to do it like this. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. That will cover this text. Alright. So what I want to do is just reduce it a little bit. Then what I want to do is I'm going to do an overlay. I'm going to click on the shape, click on blending, and then max it. Max. Alright, so you notice that what it does is that it maxes every other thing apart from that side where the rectangle is. but that's not what I want to do. So I just want to only merge these two together. I want it to only affect the text. So I'm just going to merge the two together, and voila, I have it in one text. All right, but I also want this. So let's see. I also want this to move. Okay, I want this to move. So as it enters, I want this to move. So I'm going to edit the group, and then I'm going to give. What I'm going to do is that from this place, I'm going to let my text start from 8 milliseconds. Then put it there. So I have this. Then it's going to move from. So I'm just going to put it here. Go to move, and then take it to 0.27 or let's say 28. Fine. And then from here, I'm going to put this here too. What I want to do is that I want it to enter in from here. So I'm just going to move this one out. Move it out. All right, good. And then I'm going to add the paste the curve. Good. But I'm going to do something and just click on the text again. I'm going to move this one to there. All right, so I have this. It comes in like this. All right, it comes in like this. Let's move this stuff up. Okay, like that. And then, so I just have this like this. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to do the outro of this text. I'm going to make it longer, maybe to 5 thereabouts. Oh, let's see. Okay, I think 5 is just okay. All right, so I just make it 5, and then just to ensure the other one is on the same line, so I'm just going to click on it and then click here. All right, so I have this, but I want to do the outro at 4 or 3:30, 3:29. I'm going to click on the text, and then I'm going to 3:29. I'm going to click on the text, and then I'm going to add keyframes. Yeah, I'm also going to add keyframe to 408. Okay, keyframe here. At this point, I just wanted to reduce a little bit like this. And then the last one will be yeah. So I just wanted to go away from this, from the marks. Alright, and make sure it's straight. And then what I'm going to do is this one, I'm going to add this curve there. So let's see. Okay, let me see. Alright, let's see it again. Alright, so we have this. Let's see. Let's make it to go to the ending part. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to take this stuff away now so I can see what I'm doing. So let's play it again. Okay, good. And then I'm going to add this is just perfect. I could have had that. This is a text. Let's go and name it as the name of the brand. That is Zerolux. Okay. So we know what we're doing. And since this is the logo, let's just name it logo. Now, for some reasons, if your stuff shows like this, know that you're in safe hands, okay? It's just Alight Motion trying to act up. You're in safe hands, trust me. All right, here in savings. What you can do in cases like this is to go back and close Alight Motion totally and come back again. So the next thing I want to add right now is to add either a motto or a subtext, or your website underneath the brand name. So I'm going to add at 1:18 milliseconds, 1 second 18 milliseconds. That's here. I'm going to add let's see. So I'm going to add it maybe somewhere here, maybe 21. Then I'm going to add a text and Zoelux, your luxury brand, your luxury clothing. Brand. Okay, and then I want to use Roboto medium. All right, that's good. Let's see. I'm going to make it black. Let's see what it shows. So I'm just going to bring it here and position it here. I want to reduce the size. It looks too big. I can reduce the size either here, like this. Okay, I want to add some effects. Let's make it in the center of the stuff. I want to add an effect. It's called spacing effect. Spacing. Let's see if we have it. Text spacing. Let's just have title standard setting, and then I can increase it. Just let it spread a little bit more. I think this is better. And then position it the way it should be. Still reduce it a little bit. Go back to the. So that's okay. That's fine. So, but I'm going to make this. Of course, I'm going to let it end at the same place the other ones have ended. I'm going to click this. So I have this. What I want to do is, as this one comes, I want to animate the stuff, and as it comes up, I want it to fade in and fade out. But before that, I want it to move up. So from here to here, that's here. I want it to move here to here. I want it to move up. So I'm just going to take this one down a little bit. You ensure the grain is highlighted. So I'm just going to move it a little bit. Okay. I want it to be straight. Good. No, it's not straight enough. Alright, good. I'm going to click here. Paste it. Okay. So I'm just going to click on this opacity. So from to 205. That's a 208. Click here. And maybe from here, I want it to reduce. So I'll just go like this and drag it. The other one too, for the move, you just click here. Just go here. So let's go back to the opacity. Let's have the curve as well. Paste. Let's see. Let's move guards so it fades in. Let's look at it again. Okay, let's take this one, yeah. Okay, good. So let's fade out this text, maybe somewhere around 4, when this is about to move, just when it's about to move. Okay, let's put it here, and then 4 to, so somewhere around there. Let's take this one here. Let's see, somewhere around here. 5. Everything begins to move. It can now fade out. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now let's also move, do the outro of the text, Zulux. The outro will be, I think we've done the outro, right? Alright, good. We've done the outro. But let's bring it out a little bit more, like this. Alright, so I'm going to take this Zorelux behind, let's go back. I want this Zorelux to be behind the logo. Alright, so let's see. Alright, this is good. Alright, this is good. Okay, and so we have this. So the next thing you want to do, of course, is to have your sound. The sound and the effect makes all the difference. But before that, we have one thing to do. The outro of the cycles. We don't have an outro yet for the cycles, so let's quickly do an outro for the cycles. So I'm going to start the outro for the cycle from 6:04 for the first one. That's cycle 1. That's the blue. 6:04. Let's say somewhere around there. When it starts moving, so let's do 6:04. That's good. And then I'm going to do the size. Okay, so we're going to click on here. Remember, it's the size we're reducing, and then 6:04 to 7 where it ends. All right, so just put it here, and then we're going to reduce it totally. It's not showing anything now because you can only see the line around it. The reason is because, so let's just take it down to 0 until we have 0 here. The reason is because the blue is on top of it. Alright, that's the reason why. By the time we put the white off, you see it. So it moves. So let's do the same thing for you see that? Let's do the same thing for the white. But the white should end earlier. The white would end that maybe around 6:05. Okay, so let's say 6:05. You're gonna have here, and then at 7 is going to go down. I think I'm making a mistake. That's still blue. Okay, so let's take this 6:04 to maybe 6:09. Let's take this one to 7. Alright. Okay, so that's for this. That's for the blue. Let's do the white now. The white starts from 6:05. Okay, let's do 6:04 for the white. And then keyframe it, and then let it end there. Okay. So right there, we're going to add. Where is it going to stop? Okay, it's going to stop at 6:24 instead. Okay, good. That's perfect. So here's 6:05. Beautiful. Then we're going to add our ending animation. Now we're going to paste this. I just want to show you something. But it's not going to be like this any longer. It's going to be like this because it is outro. Because it is outro, right? So we're going to copy this curve, and go and paste it here. Paste it there. All right, so we have this. Let's see it again. All right, so that's beautiful. And one thing we also want to do is to add our sound audio. I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I think this is the sound we're looking for. So I'm going to add it. Let's see. So, but I'm going to add a whip here, because just like when this stuff is coming up, let's add some sound effects. So it's going to whip. So I'm going to add a loud whip. Loud whip. Just when this logo is squeezing, we want a drop bars. So let's go and add a drop bars. Hope I have a drop bars. Let's see. So I hand my drop bars here. And then on my bars, drop bars, and then I go see it and continue, and then just where it's, I can duplicate this, and then I'm taking it to where I want to put it, just right before it starts its outro, right here. I can have my drop bars here. So I have something like this. Okay, and then I have my whip, loud whip. So I'm just going to go copy this, duplicate this layer. I have it yet, copy. I'm just going to go there and put it there. Just loud whip. So let's see. The preview is not too good. Preview is not too good, but this is, if you've done this, at least you have a very, very good job. Yes, of course, when you're done, don't forget to export your video. Okay, so you click on this button to export your video, click on video, or you click here. You see that small button by the side. If you want to edit, you want to select the kind of size you want to do. This is 1080, this is 720, so I usually leave at 720 because I don't want it to be too large. I just want it to be small. Of course, if you do 1082, it's not too large. You can see it's just 6.6 megabytes. So if you increase the size, you will have about 25 megabytes. It has increased. It's full. If you want it to reduce, you don't want too much size, it's 19. So if you just want to the frame rate to reduce the size. So this low is at 7 frame rate per second, which is quite too low. Reduce is at 15 frame rate per second, which is okay to some extent. The full is 30 frame rate per second. So you always want to click full, because you want to stick to the frame rate per second. Then you can now reduce the quality here if you want. I'm just going to leave it at the highest. I have 25 megabytes for just this short intro, 7 seconds intro, and then I click on export. And let's see. So alright guys, thank you so much. I would like to see what you can do with this tutorial as well. Alright guys, thank you. I hope you practice this. Please, whatever is not clear, I want you to play it closely, go back again, you have to repeat it and ensure you get exactly what I've just done. I'll be sending more videos with time. Thank you for your patience. God bless you.